If you're dealing with back pain this summer, hot temperatures might be a factor, and we're going to put all the pieces together and explain why here in just a second. This summer, obviously, up until a week ago, we had exceptionally high temperatures. We had tons of humidity. It was a workout, just being outside, and it demonstrated the importance of drinking enough water and liquids. And there is a direct link between dehydration and the impact on the body, particularly our back. Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, Dr. Yash Mehta is back with us to break down the connection. So let's start specific, and then we can kind of brand from there, because we talked about it, the back. The back is constructed differently than other parts of our body, right? Is that why we're more susceptible to dehydration maybe in our back?
Yeah, so that actually, I want to take maybe a bird's eye view, 10,000-foot view. So fun fact, the human body can survive about 2 to 3 weeks without any food, but you can only survive about 3 to 5 days without water or hydration. So in general, as you mentioned, right, the back, water is very important for our body in general. But our back, between the bones in our back, we probably all have heard of our discs. Oh, I herniated my disc or something like that. Those discs are made of about 75% water. And so that's why it's very special and important to hydrate for our back, because if we're not hydrating, then those shock absorbers, they're not getting good. They're not plump. They're not absorbing the shock, and they're not getting good nutrients. And so then that gives us, makes us more prone for back injuries and hurting ourselves.
Totally makes sense. Almost like a little oil change for the back, right? You gotta keep it lubricated and keep it going, which makes sense. So maybe, and this is, I'm not the doctor here, but if you're having back pain, there could be a million things. And I've been to the doctor for back pain, and they literally said there's 100 different things that could be causing this.
For sure.
But maybe drink a little water first of all and see if that helps, because there's a chance that maybe that might have something to do with it.
Well, yeah, there's many things that could be hurting the back, like you said, right? Are we stretching properly? Are we doing this? Is our back strong? But this could be an easy fix, because it is a simple fix, right? We have heard the adage, let's drink 8 glasses of water, and that's great because we want to make sure that you just said oil change, so the analogy I like to use is if our body's like a tank of gas and we want to make sure there's fuel in the tank to keep going. And so that's an easy way to make sure. If it's not that, then it could be something else, but this will definitely help.
Sure, no doubt about it. And if you're going to be out in the heat, make sure that you you fill that tank with water or electrolytes or whatever it is first before you go out in the heat, right?
Yeah. So my family and I just got back from a road trip to upstate New York last night. And the analogy I use is this tank of gas, because you can't get on the road if your tank isn't full of gas. Obviously, then as you're driving, you might need to refill the gas, and then you can't come back if you don't fuel up after once you get to your destination, you need to fuel up for the future. And so that's the same analogy for our bodies, right? You want to make sure you're hydrating, so your blood and everything your blood cells are nice and plump, you're getting nutrients, your discs are the best they can be for your back health. And then as you're working out, if you're gardening, running, like you were mentioning, or playing basketball for me, you want to hydrate, get electrolytes to hydrate, and then make sure you also hydrate afterwards for the best recovery.
So let me ask you about that, and just like the super quick version of the story. For those who are outside, maybe maybe you white your mouth, you got a little bit of that like white stuff on there, right? Which is a lot of the sodium that is working its way through the system. Water versus electrolytes, sports drinks, right? There are all the brand names, you see all the marketing. Does it make that much of a difference? And if so, when should you maybe lean toward the sports drink or the electrolytes versus the water? Yeah,
it actually really does make a big difference. The electrolytes, and specifically sodium and potassium, what they do is they help maintain that water balance in our body. So most of the pumps in our body are sodium and potassium based. And so if you're just drinking water, yeah, you're getting some hydration, but that sodium helps keep the water in our blood, in our cells, get the nutrients to the body. And so if you only drink water, you're probably just going to pee out the water. You need the electrolytes to make sure that the nutrients get to where they need to.
And that goes back, just like the water, to your car analogy, right? Maybe have some before you work out, during, and then replenish afterward.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it. I mean, it's great. And simple, easy fix. Listen, it might not be the end-all fix, but if you got a little soreness going on, maybe just drink a little more water, see if that helps to get things started. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Glad you're back in.